It's Big Los, and today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title free, and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Los, and welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Also, go ahead and follow Turn My Mic Up Hip Hop Conversations on Facebook. And definitely make sure y'all tune in to Turn My Mic Up every Friday. We have been getting some really good feedback.
Yeah, we really have.
You know, we try to share as much behind the scenes stuff as we can with you guys, but just to kind of give y'all another conversation that we've had behind the scenes. Oh, we got one with this show.
Yeah, I think so too.
We absolutely got one with this show. The first episode, solid numbers for the week. The second episode literally damn near doubled that in the first day. Yeah. So we still got a whole week for that to come out. So man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for rocking with us on the show and for enjoying the content, except for one motherfucker. And I'm pretty sure he was just being a troll. Mm-hmm. He just everybody want to hop on and say some negative shit about what's going on, which I understand. It kind of comes with the game. Somebody said during our game review, which was our last release for Turn My Mic Up, during our Games Born to Rap review, they said it just sounded like a bunch of haters forced to admit that Game put out a great record. Now, Kev, I believe you were there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I think so.
I think you were on the show. Where did we even remotely sound like haters?
I don't know. To answer that question, I don't know. I mean, even to double back to it, we had a minor debate on if this was a top 3 album or not.
Right, top 3 album for him.
Yeah, like I don't see how that's hating, but. Then again, I'm old, so maybe it's something different.
Could be. Well, then again, I feel like no one of a younger generation would be capping for Game like that.
That's true. You got a point.
At least I don't think so, because they, don't get me wrong, Game is a phenomenal artist, but Game didn't have a documentary around the time that they started really getting into hip hop, so who knows?
Huh.
But yeah, so apparently we were being haters. Like I was really thinking back to the conversation, and the only thing that we said that I guess could be seen as hating is shit that people have been saying for years. When Game has features, he sounds like those features. And then we bigged him up because we said this is the most Game sounding album that we've had from Game since the documentary.
Yeah. Did that person ever respond back?
Of course not.
Yeah, that person was trouble.
Someone jumped in and liked his comment as well. So I'm like, who the fuck are y'all? What show did y'all watch?
It was probably him liking his comment.
Right. He's like, you know what? I'm proud of me.
Right. I did this.
I feel good about myself. Kev.
What's up?
How was your week, sir?
My week was good. What did I do this week? Did I do anything this week?
I'm going to get us a new piece of merchandise, and that motherfucker's just going to say, Kev. All caps, 5 exclamation marks.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything this week. I know I talked about it a little bit last week because I was suffering from a hangover. Had a little game today. And I redeemed myself.
Completely different nigga for this game.
Yeah. It felt good. Because, when you get, I guess, I don't know if it's because we're now hitting 30. I don't know if you have this type of feeling or not. But you ever think back and be like, damn, am I still that? Can I do this? It can be anything. It don't necessarily have to be with basketball. It could be anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, can I still do this? Am I still that guy? You know what I mean? Because you can only tell people what you've done because you haven't done anything new yet. You know what I mean? So I was sitting there thinking about it, like, especially after last game. I was like, damn, like, can I even do this anymore? Like, am I fooling myself after today? Nah, I wasn't.
No, yeah, I still got this.
Yeah.
I can't even say it's 30, nigga. Well, I started beat at 27, and every year beat. I'm like, can I do this? Can I actually pull this shit off? Nah, trust me, I completely understand where you're coming from, man. Especially when you see yourself at your worst, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I look at everything that has happened with Beat and a lot of the struggles and shit that we've gone through in the beginning to where we are now. I feel so much better about it. I feel like, it just took some time. to get there.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
what I mean?
everything takes time, but sometimes you be in a moment like, yo, maybe I should sit my old ass down somewhere.
I'll just sit down and I'll just critique.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'm just going to critique. You young motherfuckers.
Exactly. All running and jumping and shit. Sit your ass down.
Right. I was making all this goddamn noise, bouncing that loud ass ball in my house. Like, nigga, you came to the gym. What are you talking about? You ain't at your house.
Yeah. So, but no, I didn't do much this week. What I do? No, I finished the rough draft of my of a script that I'm working on.
Okay.
Finished that first draft. I wanna actually write it 2, maybe 3 more times before I'm like I'm gonna rock with it. But yeah, I finished that. But that was the majority of my week.
Okay.
So, what about you?
I'm very proud to say that my week was chill. But I need to get this sleep shit under control.
Try melatonin?
None of that shit works for me. Melatonin doesn't work. ZQL doesn't work. If I fucking
No, ZQL don't. I tried that shit. This shit's a fluke.
I'm all like, shit. The only thing that makes me, well, shit, all of it kind of does. Only thing all that shit really does for me is make me lethargic. To where
That's
it's like,
kind of worse than sleep. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm drowsy. I'm lazy. You know what I'm saying? But by the time I still get in bed, I'm still thinking like, damn, can flies crip walk? Let me find out. Speaking of crip walk, if you want to know what really took up majority of my week, that fucking video. Right. That was the funniest shit ever. I'm
I
pretty
haven't seen Keisha go comment and no, right? Like somebody was like, I ruined the song. She was like, I know, right?
Nah, she had like a whole little, spat about it. Okay. Here's the weird shit. This is where it's strange. I look at that the same way I look at when Weird Al Yankovic did the parody to Gangsta's Paradise and how Coolio had a huge fucking problem with it. But not only did Coolio get paid for that record, his sales also went up because they reminded motherfuckers how good of a song it was. I can only imagine people are going back and listening to the original Love.
True, but she ain't getting paid for it.
Probably not. Like I said, it was just.
And if she wants to be petty, let this like really, really, really blow, and he starts seeing some dollars from it. She can sue him for that.
Well, it's a meme, so I mean, I'm pretty sure.
But it was still based off of a song that she created,
right? No, but I'm saying, but it's gonna blow because it's viral.
Well, I'm saying blow. I know it is now, but I'm saying to the point where like he's starting to get like a lot of bread from it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't even because the only place I can really see him getting bread from would be
I don't
YouTube.
I don't know where he would get it from,
and
but
I don't think it's monetized on YouTube.
Again, I don't know where he would get it from, but shit, there's a lot of money out there. So who knows?
But if he would get it, then he goddamn get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, outside of watching the actual video itself like 40 times this week and just getting a solid laugh, bro, I didn't do shit, man, and I loved it. But
sometimes that's the way you got to be.
Let me tell you, when it come down to this sleep last night, boy, I was trying my best. I was able to like actually fall asleep. You know what I actually hate is on my weekends, my body still says, "Nah, we should get up at this time." But
those are the worst.
But here's the fuck shit of it all, right? When it's time for me to get up on my actual work days, it's like peeling Velcro. Like peeling Velcro that had gum in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so hard to get out of bed. But on my weekends, when I got my body just automatically wake up 6:30, 7 o'clock, I'm up.
And you up, yeah.
Like, this a bitch. Where was this?
Can't even go back to sleep. You just up.
Where was this the whole work week?
Yeah.
Now this is my weekend. Now I'm just up, out and about. Like, man, fuck all this. I'm trying to sleep. Like, what's good with this nap?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I can give that update. I took a nap.
How did that feel?
Bro, first of all, it was 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, that was a solid nap.
You know what I'm saying? It was the amount of sleep that I already normally get.
Yeah, so you didn't take it. You went to sleep.
I went to sleep.
It just so happened it was in the day.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's also because like I suffer from really bad migraines for some reason. Mm-hmm. Like when I last went to the doctor, they gave me a shot for it. I forgot what the fuck the shot was called. I was cool for the rest of that month, but they were not bullshitting when they say you gotta get this shot monthly. Nigga, I think at day 30. That migraine came right the fuck back, and I'm like, oh, this is like $150 shot. I'm not about to keep giving y'all this shit.
I ain't got it like that.
But listen, this shit ain't covered. I'm not about to just keep throwing this shit at y'all, man. Fuck that. If I gotta deal with a little headache, you know what I'm saying? I deal with a little headache.
I take a nap.
Exactly. I'll take a 4-hour nap, close my eyes, and get rid of all the lights that's going on right now. But yeah, man.
Sleep is a magical thing.
Sleep is amazing. It's so underrated. It's like the ludicrous of daily activities. Like it's amazing, and just not enough people take advantage of when they do.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I'm finally at that age to where I can't control when and where I go to sleep, I'm gonna get the best sleep of my life.
Probably so.
I'm gonna be out here knocked out on these goddamn chairs.
Probably so. I have to believe that they get the best sleep. I mean, shit. Some of the best sleep I think you had growing up. You get out the pool.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that nap when you get out the pool.
That's like 3 hours in the pool.
Right.
You come out looking like a whole pro.
Or since we in Vegas, it's like we'll say like April, May. Mm-hmm. And it's it's hot outside. You coming home from school, ain't no sports now. You coming home from school in that sun, you pass out. Be some of the best naps.
I used to hate them times walking from Mojave because niggas didn't want to take the bus. You're like, man, fuck, we finna just walk. And you think about the dumb shit you did as a child.
Oh yeah,
like it's all kinds of 106. But my homeboys is walking, so I want to walk with them too.
Right.
Even though once we get to a certain spot, they're gonna break out one way.
Right. And then while y'all walking, we gonna complain about how hot it is.
Oh yeah, the entire time.
Right.
The entire time. We all have access to a goddamn car. We all have access to this fucking bus ride. Well, no.
Complain about it.
Damn, nigga, it's 106 like a motherfucker. And this is around the time where Mojave was dress code.
Yeah.
So we was out here in
polos,
polos and whole jeans, nigga, just trucking, nigga. I swear you can hear somebody singing in the back. That was the struggle times. Well, I look back on that shit. I never do some stupid shit like that.
Some of the stuff we did, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Dog. So the gas station near my apartment, it's absolutely walking distance, and a lot of times I'd walk. Well, but this last summer that we had,
oh yeah, this last summer, yeah.
I'm like, I'm gassing up. I'm not about to walk to the gas station at 116. I don't give a be mad at me. Call me lazy. Call me fat. You're right. You feel that shit outside?
Right.
I'm not dealing with that.
I feel like if you don't live in Las Vegas or Phoenix, you don't tell me that it's don't tell me I shouldn't be walking.
Exactly. I don't want to hear about that shit. You don't know, or Dubai, because Dubai get that.
Yeah.
Like that hell heat.
Yeah. You're right.
They deal with some different type shit, bro. I saw somebody had a video of Dubai, and it was so fucking hot, nigga. You saw the fucking sun rays.
Oh yeah, coming off,
and the waves and shit. I was like, that's too hot.
Yeah,
that's entirely too hot. I don't want to see how hot it is outside.
Shit, they probably come over here and think it's cold.
Bro, it'd be so
112. I saw this kind of chilly today. No,
what do you mean? It's 112. Like, nigga, well, we out here, baby. You know what I'm saying? It was long sleeve weather,
right?
Bro, it's so hot in Dubai, the sun look exhausted. Some people tell, woo. Right. Y'all, I'm bringing a lot to y'all motherfuckers right now. This shit is depressing. Dog. So we mentioned it a little bit when we came in. First of all, forgive me for not even knowing that this man was still alive, but Carol Spinney, the dude that was the ventriloquist for Big Bird, died.
Yeah, I seen that. Was he like, what, 85, 87, somewhere around there? Mid-80s?
85.
85, okay.
85, actually.
Yeah.
So he got some solid life.
Yeah, for him, that's his life expectancy for his generation.
But it sucks because now, well, first of all, I don't think, obviously, people that watch the show, they don't know what the fuck's going on, but now it's like, so what happens with the actual ventriloquism? You know, like...
That's a good question. Wait, so is Big Bird, was there somebody always in Big Bird, or did they have like a big old crane system and strings and shit?
So I'm assuming he was, well, I don't know. I don't know.
I can't see that old ass man in that Big Bird.
He could have been in there grooving.
He could have been.
Big Bird didn't really give you too much movement.
He could have been. So I was debating this.
What?
And this conversation reminds me of this. If you had to say anybody on Sesame Street was selling drugs, who would it be?
I got two picks.
Shoot 'em.
Either the Count or Oscar the Grouch. The only reason I think the Count is because when you think about how that man is with numbers, think about your local drug dealer in general. Fuck that. Think about your average human being in general. We don't know math for shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when that check is off, okay, I did 40 hours this week, and then I'd make this amount of money. So then, okay.
Turn it to whole mathematicians, yeah.
Right, and you look like fucking Rain Man coming up with that shit in your head. You know what I'm saying? And any kind of average fucking drug dealer, unless you just, you know what I'm saying, a solid nigga. Let me not say solid nigga, because some of these niggas be getting got. But let's say you're a solid nigga to somebody that's been buying your product for however amount of time. When he hits you up with that, you know, man, I only got 20 right now, man. I can give you the other 20. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, some shit like that. Oh, you gonna remember like, oh no, nigga, you owe me another 20.
Yeah, you're not gonna forget.
So if any, I can definitely see the Count out there like, I need some more of the money. See, what that is my money.
See, I think you partially right. We right. And this is just my opinion. I do think you're right about the Count, but I don't think the Count's the dealer. I think the Count's the plug. I don't think you're right about the Grouch.
I can see the count being a play. The reason I think the Grouch is because he'll never want his spot high.
Never
wants his spot high.
That's exactly. See, I tell you, I ain't never sold drugs before.
He looks like a nug.
Listen,
he looks like
he
a
does.
QP.
He does. But look, see, you got this all wrong. Because of that, everybody would think that. Right, everybody that I've even mentioned this to have said the Grouch or something like that. See, that's why he
before he was called the Grouch, he was called the Work.
Listen, nope, that's why he wouldn't be the selling drugs. He wouldn't have shit to do with it because he know it's gonna be high. That's why he gets so mad because he's like, look, I ain't selling drugs and I ain't do shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Stay out my shit. I mean, it's a trash can. Why y'all want to be here anyway? Mm-hmm. So I don't think he did it. Now, who would you not think did it?
Elmo.
Well, yeah, I would think Elmo wouldn't do it too, but fuck that nigga. He live off in his own land.
But you know what though? Here's where you could be wrong because remember Kaiser Sose? That nigga walked into the prison. You know what I'm saying? He was on the good foot lean. You know what I'm saying? He was a little tardy. As soon as that nigga got off and was let go, that motherfucker straightened up that entire walk.
It could be.
So, hey, Elmo might be him.
It could be. This is why I say it's Big Bird. Big Bird is the dealer because ain't nobody gonna think a big ass bird is selling work. But think about it. Big Bird cool with everybody. You don't know one nigga on the Sesame Street that got a problem with Big Bird. They all love him. Why? Because Big Bird be giving it up. He go to the count and like you said before, the count good with numbers. So the count's the plug. I think count's the plug. Big Bird is the pusher. And all them niggas except for Oscar, they all buy from him.
You know what though? Okay, so boom. I'm about to use exactly what you just said, right? And here's why I'm going to add Oscar the Grouch.
Why you got it out for my man's Oscar?
Because he's a terrible drug dealer. That's why he's so mad.
This is why he's not a drug dealer.
So boom, hear me out. I don't think Big Bird's the pusher. I think Big Bird is the plug. Big Bird is Frank Lucas. The Count, he's the Colombians. Or in Frank Lucas's case, he's the Vietnamese.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or even matter of fact, we're both watching Godfather of Harlem.
Fantastic.
Amazing fucking show. Big Bird is Bumpy Johnson. The Count
got you.
I'm
rocking with you.
The Count is the Colombians with the good Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
I'm rocking with you.
So he makes sure his numbers is there when he's, and then of course again he's about his numbers. Mm-hmm. You paying me this much, it's how much work you get. You know what I'm saying? Oscar the Grouch, he know, nigga, if I don't move this weight, I'm out of here.
No, see, this is I can rock with you, but this is why I feel
or Elmo.
I can be more. You can be more inclined to Elmo. But this is why I don't think the Grouch got anything to do with it. Now he could have once been a drug dealer. He could have, but my nigga lives in the trash can already. He can't get no lower.
What if Oscar the Grouch is Pookie from New Jack City? And that's why
I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Keeps calling me.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. Hey, that might actually make more sense.
It's that boom. See, we figuring this shit out right now. So
Elmo
got to be the pusher.
Elmo could be the pusher.
Elmo's never mad.
He could be that.
Elmo be moving through Sesame Street.
He could be the pusher.
And every now and then, think about it when it's something like go over like the letter of the day and shit. It's always Elmo.
You're right. Elmo could be the pusher.
The letters of the day is LB.
Right. You're right. Oscar voice hella raspy. He hella use his voice hella raspy. He live in the trap. He'll use it.
That's Pookie.
He'll use it.
So boom, we just figured it out.
We figured it out.
The Count is the Colombian. Elmo is shit.
Big Bird.
I'm sorry. Big Bird is Bumpy Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Elmo is the best pusher on the block. Mm-hmm. And Oscar the Grouch used to push for Big Bird.
But he started using it.
He got high. Don't get high on your own supply.
Exactly.
Sesame Street been trying to tell us this shit for years.
In between counting, they've been telling us how to sell dope.
Rest in peace, Carol Spinney. Thank you for your lessons. You feel me? We just figured this out.
We figured this shit out. That's probably why I got blocked.
So can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Because there's money on Sesame Street.
It's money you can
and also think about it. It's always a celebrity on Sesame Street.
That's true.
Everybody, he cool to kick with everybody because everybody know that.
That's true.
I know what that nigga on. Hey, bro, Chris Brown was on Sesame Street.
Speaking of, I think if I can remember this video, Ice Cube was on Sesame Street. Well, who was with him? The Count.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And Sesame Street looked like Brooklyn, so that probably was them being able to move that shit out west. You know what I'm saying?
We own something.
Listen, The Sesame Block, they need to change that shit.
Sesame Block.
We now know how all that shit works. Oh, you know who else a user? Snuffleupagus. That nigga strung the fuck out, bruh. But he one of them strung out niggas where it's like, bruh, you do all this coke. And ain't lost a single pound.
Right.
He's like, I'm trying to get my shit bird. I need that.
Cause he is Big Bird's best friend.
Eyes always low.
Yeah, this Big Bird homeboy that's just his mans. He can't.
And Big Bird always plug him in because that's his people. He probably said that nigga in jail before.
Yeah, you make. Hey, yo, I seen a girl, fucking out of 7-Eleven. She had eyelashes like Snuffleupagus.
That's how majority of them are.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, goodness. Like, I know when she blinks, she feel like. I know she do.
Like every time you blink, dust moves and shit. Like, I gotta get this shit out my eyes. But nah, you can't tell me you don't look at Snuffleupagus to be that they think that nigga ain't off that perk.
Oh yeah,
there's no way
he off of something.
There's no way. This
nasally.
He's out here popping.
Hey, it may not be coke. It may be a downer. This nigga don't move fast.
He's for sure off pills.
He don't move fast.
He's for sure off a script. There's no way that he's not. Fuck the thing is, I can't think of any other characters from Sesame Street, but I'm pretty sure they tie in.
They tie in somehow. No, I think they probably got some new people or some shit.
By this point, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Shit, if fucking Blue's Clues got magenta. You know what I'm saying? Barney gave us the whole gang.
Hey, Barney a user too. That nigga skinny now.
You right.
Barney mad skinny
Barney
now.
fresh out of rehab. He's like, I've been working all my life. Oh, that's a little bit of Goofy.
Yo. Oh man.
Goofy probably a user too. Think about that little hook. That's that druggy twitch. That, you know,
he does it in the middle of his laugh.
Right. That's his version of "Come on, baby, just front me a sack of hook."
Yo.
That's why his son don't fuck with him. He probably
his son sick of telling shit.
He's so sick of this nigga. Like, man, Dad, put that shit down. I'm trying to. Gosh. Ruined childhood in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Oh man. I got some other crackhead shit though, to talk about though. Dog, did you see it was circulating on social media and I ended up looking it up. Did you see somebody sold a fucking piece of quote art for 120 bands? But it was a fucking banana.
It was a banana, and it was just duct tape over it.
With duct tape.
Did you see today what happened?
You know I saw that shit. I was gonna bring that shit up next. Let's take my man walked straight up and said, man, this me. He ain't peeled a banana. He ain't asked anybody else wanted in on it. That nigga said this is he ate that shit peeling off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine? You just bust down $120,000 on something, and nigga just eats it. It don't matter what it could have been a ring.
You know, you owe me $120,000.
But you know the nigga that the motherfucker that paid for it in that little setting that they were in, he wasn't about to press him for that 120 bands.
Hell, I'm partially thinking old boy was like part of it or something.
Yeah, it had to be just
you know what I mean? Like
a really rich troll.
Yeah.
I want to be rich to troll motherfuckers like that. Like, I want expendable money like that. I'm over here struggling to get $20 so I can finish out the week with gas.
You selling the banana.
These niggas out here buying the bananas for $120,000 just to troll a nigga. Like, I think about certain shit like that. Like, what happens when these people, they go to these kind of art, my broke ass, but I say art fairs, these galleries and all these other shit that they be going to. What happens like when the motherfuckers like moving it to the safe or moving it to wherever gotta go and a nigga trip and like fall through like on some Mr. Bean shit? Like, you remember in the Mr. Bean movie, this nigga sneezed on the Mona Lisa and tried to rub that shit?
Yo, yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Like, I just brought that shit. Nigga, I just spent like 120 mil on that.
I don't know. Like, that's a good question. I know they lose their job, but
oh, absolutely, they're definitely unemployed.
But yeah. But I want to know, like, if you break something and it's worth maybe some millions or just high thousands, like, does that they mean garnishing your check wherever you work for the rest of your life type thing? Like, how does that work?
But like, if it's 120,000, nigga, that's a hell of a garnishment. I think about when my shit got garnished for a little funky ass $1,000. That was the roughest month for me. I can't imagine. Y'all taking how much out my shit till you get to what?
No, you find out you get
Kill
that
me.
much. You just don't try to get a regular job. No
Yeah,
more.
at that point, I'm moving to Sesame Street. At that point, I'm on the block for Big Bird. Fuck what you heard. Like, I also think about, remember Money Talks? When dude bought the $500,000 Jaguar, and then they fucked it up.
Yep.
You know how pissed off I'd be? Like, bro, I just put $500,000. I have to pay that.
Yeah.
You took it.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can tell they was rich. When I watched that movie and he first like is in their house, whatever, you just look and see like, yeah, they got wow money.
Y'all got crazy
like,
bread.
Wow money. I don't know what I would do with all that money.
Bro, you know who had wow? And granted, I've seen it in a meme, but I'm only bringing this up because we watched it. We watched it yesterday. There we go. What the fuck did Kevin McAllister's dad do for work?
That's a good ass fucking question,
nigga. So I went to my brother's house with my cousin. He's going back to London today. He actually should be in the air right now. And for some reason, when I got over there, I was watching Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. First and foremost, I was like, at this point, Kevin should have caught a homie because he hit the tall nigga with like 5 bricks.
There's no way them niggas survived that shit.
They made it, bro. Listen,
if they got to be brain dead. Like, come on.
I know we can't put our hands on kids, but I understood.
Oh yeah.
When like
after that first one, I would have fucked him up.
Watching it with grown eyes, I'm like, I get why they was about to do that nigga in the park. Like, they was about to straight off Kevin in the park. They had the guns with him and everything.
Was this the first one or the second one? He said, "Dude, head on fire."
That was the first one.
Even with that, there's no way you gonna set my head on fire. And I'm just letting it rock. Nah.
Right? No, little nigga gotta die. That's why I understand when they got out of prison and they saw Kevin McAllister was in New York. Oh, he's out of here.
He's out of here.
He's out of here.
But to go to your question, like this nigga paid for a trip. They went to Paris, didn't they?
They were. So I think they were supposed to be going to Paris, and somehow someone's gonna correct us. So let me not say that. They were supposed to be going somewhere.
Either way, and what I'm getting to, regardless on where they're going, this nigga paid for the whole family.
Right.
They all live in this big ass house. Like round trips, what does he do?
But that ain't even the cold part. Cause remember by the end of the movie, he got them all to New York.
That's true.
And got him that big ass suite.
That's true. So
multiple room suite.
So we book a trip to wherever we're going. Don't work out for whatever reason. We go back home to book another trip to get to where we're going. My nigga, what are you doing?
He probably work on Sesame Street.
Yeah, he one of the celebrities.
Exactly. Boom. We just figured, listen, man, we out here ruining childhoods, man. Just rock with us for a little bit. Another thing with that movie that, again, watching it with grown eyes, it brings a lot of realization to some shit. So you remember at the end when they were about to off Kevin and then the homeless lady shows up. The homeless lady he's been like dealing with back and forth shows up and throws bird feed on him. And then the birds flock over him. First thing I thought was, they've been through worse tonight. Why is this?
Why is this
stopping y'all? This would irritate me. But you'd have definitely heard some shots ring. I'd have shot a couple pigeons,
right?
But this ain't gonna stop me. Like, nah, he got to die, and now you have to die.
Right. Everybody got to die.
Secondly, can you imagine? I brought this question up to Jay and my cousin Sarita. How would you feel if your daughter or your son comes out and he's like, yeah, you know, I gave a turtle dove to this homeless lady and I gave her a hug for Christmas. Like, first of all, nigga, take them clothes off, get in the shower. Like, he was just befriended this homeless lady, was hugging her and all this other shit. And she had the homeless look down, and this is a New York homeless.
Oh, yeah.
So she smells like straight everything
and
bad.
You know she's probably an asshole. Like, she don't care.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you look at it with adult eyes.
She was kind of, because wait, he gave her the turtle dove. Like, he ran out of the house to give her the turtle dove, right?
Yeah, because because they saw the 2 turtle doves on the actual tree. And she took one of the turtle doves and then gave it to the homeless lady. Yeah,
she was living wrong. She could have changed her situation right then and there.
She probably could have flipped the turtle dove.
No, not even a turtle dove. Like my nigga, you just seen where old boy came at him. I would have ran right back in this house.
He went to the park.
And went to work.
I think it was like Central Park, actually.
Oh, okay, well, if it was the park, then yeah, she should have flipped that turtle dove.
But I agree with you there. If she had saw how this nigga was living, like,
right, hold on,
your dad flew 12 motherfuckers out here
right,
to save you, and that's from leaving Paris, where the fuck they initially were. I'm finna rob these niggas. Yeah. I'm robbing them right the fuck now.
Yeah, but flip that turtle dove, definitely.
Definitely got to flip the turtle dove.
You have to at this point. I listened to you on 2 things. I did. I rewatched Gargoyles. I was watching. I was like, yo, this story is actually pretty damn good.
It's written way too well for kids.
I was watching. I was like, yo, this story is really, really good.
Because I was thinking back, like, how the fuck
in my head, I even halfway, about a quarter of the way through, started writing in my head the live action gargoyles, how it would go. But because it's a really good, well written show.
Like I was really trying to think of like, how did these niggas get caught slipping like that? And I was like, oh,
exactly.
That's how I see what you did there.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, it's pretty good. And I also listened to that he's one of those alphabet rappers.
YB and Corday?
Him.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Yeah. He's nice. I like him. He's nice. I think unless for me, if he comes out with like a killer single or something like that, then of course I'll listen to it. But me personally, I'm more interested in him one or two albums from now.
Yeah.
Once he starts like matured a little bit, I can hear it. But I can hear it off that first initial. Like, no, he can go.
The record he got with Anderson
and he got
Paak,
some dope samples.
Oh yeah. The record he got with
samples.
Anderson .Paak right now, that's just buzzing.
Yeah, I like that one.
And it shows he can give you a single. I think, with him being as young as he is, in an album or two, he's gonna be a monster problem. And I guess we can kind of tease the next episode to turn my mic up. Where the next discussion we're gonna have is artists that came out in the 2010s that we think are gonna thrive in the 2020s. And so definitely look out for that one. But no, absolutely, I think he has. Of course, he has a lot of growing to do because again, with his age, he has kind of limited experiences. But he's gonna be a cat that you can see him grow, and I think that's why I like him in comparison to a lot of the other young rappers because they're very linear, they're very one dimensional. YB and Corday, you can see he has room to, like you actually just said it. He has room to grow and evolve as an artist. Even the album that I listened to, I heard him switch up different songs, sound like different. I'm like, okay, he knows what he's doing. He knows something. He got ways to go, man. I think he's going to be a real problem.
I'm not a fan of the alphabets in the names, but
it works for him. Hey, trust me,
it works for him.
That's what made me skeptical about listening to him. Like YB and Corday, I was like, pass. Yeah. And then I forgot who told me to look. I think it was Jay. Jay was like, hey, YB and Corday got this record. No, I put him on that record. Come to think about it. Because I heard it on the radio, and I'm like, none of y'all niggas gonna be fucking with me. And I'm like, this shit feel good as fuck.
Right here.
And then it was like, that's YB and Corday. I was like, that's YB and Corday? I was like, all right, let me see what this album sound like. And I put the album on, I was like, yeah.
I tip my hat off to him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good job.
Definitely.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was super random. This is a terrible segue as well. One of the things that I wanted to talk about now that we kind of got all the fun shit out the way. So first of all, I do want to say rest in peace to Juice Wrld.
Yes, absolutely.
Found out this morning, that he had a seizure getting off a plane in L.A. and died on the way to the hospital. I know you were telling me that when they found him, he was bleeding from the mouth, but he was still responsive. Trying to look it up. Yeah, so died of a seizure this morning at 21.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Bro, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, when you really think back, 21 is so fucking young.
Yeah.
Think about what you were doing at 21. Like, you barely was, for what you know with life now at 30.
Yeah.
And he was an artist, so he had a lot of room to, to get up. He had the one major single. I don't know how long he would have lasted, but he still had room. He still had time to go.
Yeah, from the responses of the people that are mourning his death now, of course, it's a lot of the younger generation. Right. But the impact, it seemed like, dude, it really had like fans and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's tapping into, the depressed. Like, it's tapping into the cats that feel it. Because that song, which y'all know the Juice Wrld record, that song is just like, it's very sad. It's very melodic. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling a kind of way, you could put it on and you could just kind of let that song sit with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get the connection. It's also that song and really just this era of rappers shows that there's a real problem right now. That there are way too many young people feeling this ear of depression. Yeah. That they can relate to all these artists who sing about nothing but depression related shit. You know what I'm saying?
This makes me think, excuse me, of course I try to play devil's advocate. This makes me think, obviously there is a problem. Like something's going on because too many of these kids being depressed. Right. So that obviously is a problem. But this makes me think, would these to be depressed as we can only assume that they are, and to be this artistic, I think that's kind of special to have something fucking with you mentally and to still go out there and do something artistic like that. That's dope to me. But this also makes me think, is that depression enabling that artistic view? Would you be as artistic if you weren't depressed?
That's actually a good question. I think that they do go hand in hand, because when you listen to these artists who highlight their depression in their music, I think they just had oh God, what is this dude's name? Trippie Redd.
That guy, yeah.
Trippie Redd was just on Big Boy's radio, and he was talking about how he deals with his depression with his music and stuff like that. And again, I think it's a solid outlet, because that's how I used to deal with mine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's scary, and it's actually going to lead to the point I want to make, that if we do have youngins that listen to the show, I'm going to piss y'all off, but I mean, it happens. It's going to lead to my next point. It's scary because, as we just mentioned, there are a lot of kids. Like, think about when you were around the ages of the people that listen to these songs. The people that really make these songs float are like 14 to 16, 14 to 17, 14 to 18 even. You know what I'm saying? Think about when you were those ages. Yeah, you were dealing with shit, but you still found whatever light that you can find in being a child. You also deal with, you know, what sucks about it is that when you grow up, now you have childhood trauma that you have to address. Yeah. I do feel as if I can't say it's more healthy, because then it's definitely cats our age that's offing themselves. But it just seems like when you have to live with that trauma as it's happening, and you got to deal with social media and the bullshit that social media be on, it just makes a lot of the shit make sense. Like, you seeing all these kids killing themselves and doing drugs and all this other stuff, and, you know, glorifying all these, you know, drug taking artists who are also depressed and also dealing with shit. It just it seems like, do you get to a place eventually that you're better from all this?
I think you do. I'm a firm believer. Nothing, no matter good or bad, lasts forever. Right. So unfortunately, yeah, they're gonna go through this depression bout or whatever's going on, but eventually, I don't know when. Nobody knows when. Eventually, it's not gonna always be like that. Right. But like you said, it sucks for them because, like, I mean, for us, yeah, we had stuff we was going on, but I mean, shit, we was still, majority of us, I mean, shit, we was analog babies. Right. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff that these kids now have to deal with, we didn't have to deal with. So on top of, like you said, them going through something and have to live through it, then they got social media, and if you got Instagram, you got everybody on the face of the planet's fucking highlight reel. Right. So you're depressed. You have no escape from it. Exactly. You know what I mean? And not only do you have no escape when you're like actually on it, as soon as you go to school, that's all they're doing as well. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Don't
show up to school, you know what I'm saying, you fucked around and you wore some shit that ain't name brand, you wore some shit that ain't cool, because now you're viral for them. Like, I think about the video of that kid getting jumped in the bathroom, and I felt so bad for dude, because I'm like, there's nothing he could do about it. Dog, it's this video, and it's probably about 6 or 7 dudes in the bathroom, and they got this one little homie hemmed up. He had his friends there, and them niggas ain't do anything. So I feel like at any age, that's still that's pussy. Yeah. But yeah, they had him hemmed up in the bathroom. They was asking him a question if he did something, and the nigga that was talking to him ain't even the one that stole on him first. It was just a random nigga from his right. Caught him in the jaw, and he turned around like as if he was going to hit him, but he knew what was about to happen. So then the initial dude that was talking to him, he hits him, and then it's like 3 or 4 of them just start jumping on him, like beating the shit out of this kid. You know what I'm saying? They recording, they put it out on social media, and then that shit floated. Adults are laughing at this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And to speak on adults, ironically, since we're on this, last week when I went to my game, me and my cousin pulled up. We see 2. Excuse me. It was a bunch of little kids, and 2 little kids are fighting. And I'm not talking about like they look like they was like play fighting. Like, these niggas are really trying to get after each other. And all the older kids, I wasn't an adult out there, but all the older kids, they got their phone out and they laughing and shit like that. Luckily, when we got out the car, they had stopped before then, because we was really like, hey, yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? But just go see your point. Like, you get beat up and this shit's viral.
And it's viral. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, that person takes their life because now they're being teased because they got jumped. And
or that person is accustomed to being teased or being jumped or whatever the case is. So they get a hold of a drug that they call themselves going to numb the pain, and next thing you know, they're not waking up.
They're not waking up. Or, of course, what we've been seeing, which is almost seems like you just wait a week, school shootings. Yeah. And now everyone's confused. Where did this come from? He was such a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit was going on.
Right. But even remember, shit, for the people that outside of the actual school shooter, for the people that are like going through depression, like you said, they're 14 through 18, doing whatever they're dealing with. They get some fame, get some money. That social media shit still don't go away. That depression and shit still don't go away. And hypothetically, if they well, let's say they went viral for something, so they're still in school, but they went viral for something. Not only do I got social media to worry about, I got my regular shit at home I got to worry about. I got to be on point for social media, and I got to worry about if my school finna be shot up.
Right.
Damn right I'm depressed.
Right. You worried about way too much shit. We were, like I said, we were worried about walking in 106-degree weather.
Right.
This is a very, very random jump back, but I just thought about it. Big Bird's name was Big Bird. He was flipping birds. That's why they call him Big Bird. That's why he Big Bird. He was flipping big birds. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
that would make sense. That would make sense.
Getting to the point I was trying to make with it. So, one thing that we've talked about on this show, probably in the early stages of the show, because that's when we really started seeing, like 2016, we started seeing.
Go back and listen to that.
Go ahead and listen to that. 2016 was when we really started seeing how things were going. Mm-hmm. And here we are now. We're saying rest in peace, Juice Wrld, from dying from a seizure. We all know what caused the seizure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we asked the question then, what is it going to take? We've seen now Juice Wrld dead from a seizure. Mm-hmm. If it comes out as something different, then, our heartfelt apologies, for putting that on him. But we're pretty sure it's related.
Right.
We lost Mac Miller, the guy that kind of kicked all this off, Lil Peep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you got, you see what's going on with Wayne, and that nigga had like 40 seizures.
He look rough.
And he's looking rough now. We see Future denounce sipping lean,
mm-hmm.
who ultimately ushered in, this era. At what point does it ring that this may not be it?
Mm.
And not even just with the drug dealing, just with what everyone is seeing as lit right now. Like we had like 3 episodes about it. We see what's going on with Tekashi. Then what's the other cat that just got shot in his neck? Who? What's his name?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Y'all, if you know the name, drop it in the comments. But there's an artist that just got shot in his neck, and his voice still hasn't returned. He's putting up posts, man. I hope my voice comes back. Like, dog, that's your money.
Yeah.
Your money is your voice. Like, the closest thing we've had to that was the DLC. Lost his voice in a car accident from drinking and driving.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his, like, wow.
Yeah.
I literally can't speak anymore, let alone rap. His voice just came back like 4 years ago.
Yeah. To answer your question, man, I don't think it does. I don't think like it registers like this is what's going on and we need to stop this. And the reason being is because a lot of these guys, they're we'll say 17 to 20 or 21. You know what I mean? And like I've said on the show before, when you're at that stage, you still got, especially if you're a man, you still got that I'm invincible mentality. Mm. So I think with the combination of that, and then with the combination of like we all have shit that just won't be me.
Right.
I think with those two combinations, you're gonna do it until you can't do it no more.
But that's the fucked up thing about it.
Or until you really tell yourself like, nah, I don't need this. This isn't doing what it was once doing. But for a lot of people, that don't come about. It's the same way like when we was coming up, everybody was getting into gangs. We would hear about kids getting shot or whatever the case was, and we was thinking, why is y'all doing this? When is it going to register y'all that this ain't the way to go? It's the same thing now.
No, and I agree with that. I'm not saying that this kind of mindset was just lost on us. But I feel like they've started to pick up on that, at least when it comes down to like gang culture and shit like that. If you really look at it, and it's kind of
now it's a fad.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird to say it's a fad, and it's almost commercialized. Like you got,
I would say that.
You got Cripicola, you got OT Genesis doing his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would say that.
To this point, it's fun to be in a gang. You know, but they're not realizing how deep this shit go. And really, to that point, again, we look at what's going on with Tekashi. He was the money guy for the gang, and now he put the entire gang away, and he's still about to look at some serious time.
Nah, I seen something that said that it was an actual. I think it was a credible source reporter that was like the prosecutors was basically telling the judge like, y'all give him like reduce or no time at all.
Yeah, no,
I honestly think Tekashi gonna be out by next year.
We'll see what happens, but still, that's a hell of a place to be in. But shit, even outside of dealing with drugs or going to jail or getting killed or anything like that. You look at, Lil Yachty possibly being broke. You look at Lil Uzi Vert being in a shitty contract situation with DJ Drama. Like, y'all niggas ain't reading y'all paperwork or anything.
No, you're too busy getting high.
And the fucked up thing is, everything that they're being told, that, oh man, you just being an old head, you just old as fuck, you just trying to, keep me from being lit, keep me from having a good time. Everything that these old heads are telling y'all literally is happening in front of your face. And there's no accountability there. Now it's just like, I mean, man, he's going through a hard time. He gonna be all right. He gonna bounce back. Like, nah. Literally every nigga that has said something to you, you're watching everything play out. You said it yourself on the show. Lil Yachty ain't gonna be around for another 2 years. And nigga was gone a year later.
Oh yeah, he's definitely sneak peek. He's definitely a person I was gonna mention on turn my mic up. But no, I think if the people want to make the record labels accountable, so on a small frame, and that's what I mean, what they should do, I would hire a hip hop therapist. I would hire a hip hop there, somebody that is a therapist, and they kind of deal with like hip hop acts or music acts in general. And I know you're probably like, well, these little niggas ain't gonna go to the therapist. I would make it within their contract, like, yo, you have to go through the therapist. I don't know. I'm throwing a number out there, once every 3 months type shit. You know what I mean? Just to help. Like, who's to say that 4 therapy sessions won't help somebody get off lean so they don't end up like a Juice Wrld? I would do something of that nature if I got some integrity. So this is what I would do. Obviously, they're not going to do that. But I would try to do something, just try to curve it a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But honestly, I don't see them waking up. They're gonna do it until they can't do it no more.
And so it's wild because we came up in the hip hop era where gang culture was leading everything. Mm-hmm. And then we had the time of Bad Boy when Diddy was just running things. Then it went to the South, and then that's when drug culture started to kind of like make its way in. You know what I mean? And then now it went from gang culture to drug and FOMO culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous as shit to what's about to be the next culture of hip hop.
Gonna be some wild shit.
It's gonna be some shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wild. If you think about all the changes and the different types of music we've gotten from 2009 till now, this next decade about to be nuts.
Oh yeah,
it really is, and this is probably why I've been so turned off from hip hop lately, because I don't see it. I think hip hop is they call the 90s the golden age. Mm-hmm. I think the 90s was the gold. If we go with the 90s was the golden age, and then when we got to like 2000s, like when we started really, really coming up, you had some good hip hop there. I think now I don't want to say it's dying out, but I think we're about to hit a storm. I think it's gonna get better, but I think we're gonna hit a patch where it's not it.
Well, like I've always said, I still do think hip hop is not as a genre, but as the people that want to get involved in it are going to start getting brought into that pop culture.
Or since hip hop is such a big genre, I think we're going to get a lot of subgenres.
Yeah, definitely.
To where certain subgenres might lead the conversation, and then you say that's still a branch of hip hop, but this is that. You know what I mean? I can see that.
Like, I think hip hop, well, like Rockstar hip hop is going to end up being.
I can see that
an actual brand, because these niggas is out here really partying like rock stars.
I can see that.
And they dropping off like them too. Shit, at least these motherfuckers made it 27.
Right.
Some of these cats, as we see, ain't making it past 21.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
prayers out to their families too.
Absolutely.
Man, I know that got to be nuts.
Absolutely.
Just as a parent alone, hearing that your kid is not gonna call you or coming home, like that shit got to be heartbreaking.
And then your kid is a celebrity, so you're gonna be reminded every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly what happened to my child.
Yeah.
We sound like old niggas, and that's fine, but. It's just it goes back to the conversation we've been having. When you see it happening, and as an old nigga, when you can see it's about to happen, why not try to save somebody? Why not try to save yourself?
Right. And I'm not saying, everybody ain't got to be listening. Like you said, they could be like, it's some old heads, but there could be somebody be like, okay, I see what they're saying. Maybe I should try it this way, or just look at it a different way. I think if you stay, even if nobody listens, I guarantee you when you get 30, you'll look back and be like, boy, I'm glad I made it, but that shit was dumb as hell.
Dog, I don't know. I'm curious to what these new niggas gonna look like at 30.
They're gonna look like Wayne.
Because they are adamant in their feelings right now.
They're gonna look like Wayne.
And shit, Corey said it himself. You and Corey both said this, like, there's a bunch of Wayne babies out here, so yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that being the case going forward. So getting off of old nigga conversation, I guess, and get into the hypocrisy of life. This is another one of those situations that you and I spoke to once it happened. So I'm going to start from one spot and then go back to where you and I spoke about it. So they announced that Michael Vick is going to be a captain for the 2020 Pro Bowl. Mm-hmm. There's a petition making its way around social media that has over 200,000 signatures on it to get him.
Before we even go further, do petitions even do anything?
No, they don't. They kind of just tell people. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, you know what? I would say it depends on what it is. And this is actually an interesting conversation we can have one of these days. Like, I think about the petition that Kim Kardashian got started when that dude was going to end up getting killed. Like that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then they ended up prolonging it. It's like, damn, that saved his life. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then, of course, we were able to change Sonic the Hedgehog as well. So sometimes they work. But 200,000 signatures, more than 200,000 signatures to get him away from the Pro Bowl. Realistically, I can see it working because NFL ain't never been for niggas anyway. But it brought up the argument again. Has Michael Vick paid, paid his dues to society for what he did to the dogs? Can he be forgiven and all this other shit? Now, the reason I bring this up is circling back to Amber Geiger when we had the conversation about the family hugging her and forgiving her and everything like that. And white people was as they should have. She made a mistake and this, that, and the third. They are in no rush to forgive Michael Vick.
No. If I'm not mistaken, I know, of course, that's what he went to jail for. But if I'm not mistaken, I could have swore, this was a long time ago, I could have swore I read that he wasn't actually dog fighting. He was the supplier and they were using his place and so on and so forth.
So yeah, he was
basically nigga, you the head, you got the money, you're the fault, you're going down for this shit, but he wasn't actually fighting the dog.
He wasn't fighting the dogs, but he was orchestrating
that's what I mean.
Of the dogs.
Yeah, right,
like that.
Absolutely.
So like what he did was fucked up. Absolutely. But however, when you look at the fact that what you as those white people, I'll say, with you as those kind of people constantly try to put into a black person's head that there's nothing wrong with the judicial system. It's meant for correcting. It's meant for this, that, and the third. Why does Michael Vick still go through this thing?
You know why?
I know, but I'm just throwing it out there.
You know why? Because he black.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Hell, you said it yourself. When we were talking about the Amber Geiger chick, they should forgive her. Why?
Right. Like,
why should we forgive her?
She shot an unarmed black man
in his house,
and tried to say it was her house. Tried to say she was tired, even though she was setting up some dick. But them forgiving her, for the Jean family forgiving her, that it takes a different kind of strength. I hope to be that strong one day. Well, here's your chance. Here's your chance right here. I'm not. And I saw one post that said, "Should we forget?" Because she was like a super Christian. She was like, "Should we forgive him?" Absolutely. Should we forget? Absolutely not. Because once we forget, it allows other people to do the same thing that he did. Now that I completely agree with.
Right.
When it comes down to Michael Vick, that I completely agree. Is he going to always be kind of seen as that? As a dude that did some fucked up things to some animals, yeah. And again, I get that because he did some pretty shitty things to a fucking animal. But you can't preach forgiveness and tell me that both of Gene's family forgiving the killer of their family member, then hugging them in court. You can't preach that, and then in the same year say that what Michael Vick did was unforgivable. I don't give a fuck if she thought that she was in the wrong goddamn house. I don't care. At the end of the day, you still shot a man in his own shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You still ended his life, and you got off light. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She got off light.
Yeah.
But we should be cool with forgiving her?
No. Man, it's all the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, y'all are mad. When did this Michael Vick shit happen? Was that
he was
over
still
a decade
playing
ago? That's what I'm saying. He was still a Falcon then.
Yeah, but he was in Atlanta around the time.
So that was over a decade ago, right?
Easy.
Okay, so we should make this man's life a living hell over something that happened a decade ago that he did go to jail for, did lose a lot for. We should make his life a living hell, right? That's what we should do. But when this chick comes out of jail, I bet you she got a job or a book deal lined up.
But that's the thing. It's not just he lost a lot. He lost everything.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay on the team to save his life.
Nope.
Because every team he ended up on, there were petitions to get him up off the team.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand why the Steelers let him go. We needed him around that damn time. You know what I'm saying? And
just go to show America cares about, I don't even want to say cats. They care about dogs more than they care about black people.
But you know, though, it's not even about them caring about dogs more than black people. They just don't care about black people.
Well, that's true.
Because again, you see Dylan Roof going to a church, shoot nine black people dead. Oh, he was always a troubled child and he always needed therapy. Let's disregard the fact he said, I'm here to kill black people.
I think we've yet to see one of these American shooters, whether it's a school, any type of American shooting, mass shooting, we have yet to see any one of them be called a terrorist.
Oh, not at all, because it's too domestic.
Like the man that shot on the strip.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't calling him no terrorist.
That's very much so.
They were very much saying his first and last name every time he was mentioned.
Because copper skin and down is terrorism. It can never come from the fact. Oh, they were quick to call the DC sniper a terrorist.
Quick,
and they even called him American terrorist.
Quick,
and shit. They call Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it just sucks. And the reason I bring this up, I didn't really want to talk too much about the Michael Vick situation because it's first of all, it's dumb. And second off, it helps my argument of when people want to create whatever narrative of how racism doesn't exist anymore, how there is no, contradictory prejudice, you know what I'm saying, out here dealing with certain things. Like, come on, man. Now we're in the same year, months removed of Botham Jean's family hugging Amber Geiger. Mm-hmm. Months removed. And everyone was on board because of a mistake she made. And I look at it
wasn't no fucking. I'm gonna stop that shit. It wasn't no fucking mistake.
Well, I'm not calling it. I'm going off how they word it.
Yeah, I'm not calling it a damn mistake.
This nigga just went off on me. But from what they consider a mistake, and then they want to bring up her past and all this other shit. But no one even remotely took the time to think about Michael Vick's past. Michael Vick said himself, he's like, I grew up watching dog fights. I never saw that there was an issue with dog fights, chicken fights, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. Like, if you don't see a problem with that, like if that's all you know, and you don't see it as anything different, the fact that you can literally host dog fights in your big ass house, you know what I'm saying, and make a pit for these niggas at that.
I don't know how they got caught.
I'm pretty sure somebody snitched. Somebody lost their money and snitched. You know, that's how I normally go. It's so damn long ago, can't even fucking remember how it went. And again, we're not saying the nigga was not wrong for doing the shit. What I'm saying is the energy is not being matched.
Energy would never be matched, man, especially with this situation. If we got animal shelters just in our city alone, that's filled to capacity.
Yeah. Not even just filled to capacity. We got animal shelter that euthanize when they can't find the owner.
Exactly.
Or a owner in a week.
That shit can fly, but I can't make some money. All right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these same people, they aren't a part of PETA.
Exactly.
They eat all the motherfucking meat there is to fucking eat. Niggas motherfuckers out here eating bison.
I know they selling dogs out of Chinatown.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But they ain't never gonna let you in to find out. and shit, I saw a meme dealing with this as well. Like, they were talking about he killed dogs, stuff like that. But then you see all these rich motherfuckers knocking off rhinos and lions and shit like that. Like, nigga, they're out here literally killing the jungle.
Right.
Ecosystem.
I seen one, like, actually, I think when we was prepping for the show, I seen one that was like, dude got onto some Indian reservation and killed the bear. But, like, I guess the bear, or not the bear, the people of that Indian reservation, the bears are, like, really, really sacred to them. They're like the bear tribe or whatever the case is. So they view it as, no, you just killed a member of our tribe.
Right.
So I don't know. He supposedly was charged. I don't know what he'll be charged with. I'm pretty sure he's going to get off. But,
easily. But
yeah, he killed the bear, cut off his head and his paws. Like, really?
The charge is going to be dropped. Man, fuck the fact that he killed the bear on an Indian reservation. Why is this nigga on a private Indian reservation?
Right.
You ain't supposed to be there.
Because he's white. And...
someone let me know if I'm wrong, but dealing with Indian reservations, unless they open it up to people like that, don't you have to kind of like be walked on one?
Yeah, unless you sneak on, get on somewhere.
Because they ultimately treat Indian reservations like they ain't a part of the country.
Yeah, they do. They do.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
It's a bunch of hypocrisy, man.
It's a lot of hypocrisy. And again,
I seen something else today. It's kind of unrelated to this, but it was like, they're talking about how whenever there's a white woman or a white person and a black person, they always say go back to Africa. And they were talking about that whole spiel. And I was thinking, like, you know what? I'll move back to Africa. I will. I mean, in the area where they ain't killing each other, but I'll move back to Africa.
I'll be in Ghana living my
best life. I do it. They seem like they have a lot more fun, and you ain't got to worry about this type of hypocrisy.
I'm sure it's somewhere, or move to South Africa where the racism is the other way. How's it feel, motherfucker?
Yeah, you like this shit, huh?
What do you call white people? Like, what's the version of nigger that you call them in South Africa? Paley. Sit your ass down somewhere, Paley ass motherfucker, bitch ass Paley.
That's a good question.
Like, you always hear about the racism in South Africa is ridiculous. Like, is it ridiculous, or you just don't like that it's happening to you?
Right? Is it that bad?
Because you say it doesn't happen out here. We out here getting killed just for being black. Y'all just not getting jobs in South Africa.
It's totally legal for us.
You know what I'm saying? But, teachers on tomato. Yeah, man, like I said, if the energy that we were going to entertain in 2019 after the Amber Geiger case is forgiveness, y'all forgot that real quick.
Real quick.
Especially when it come down to a black man. Oh, y'all forgot that quick as fuck.
I guess forgiveness is a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, color-by-color basis.
Yeah, right, color-by-color basis.
Wasn't nobody about to hug both from Gene if he shot Amber Geiger.
Oh, hell no.
But he probably would have got his ass whooped in that courtroom.
They was throwing him under the jail.
Right. But I mean,
that same judge would have gave him 25 to life.
But it's so funny, man, because when you look at certain situations like this, they just go blind to, oh no, I don't see it that way. It just
of course you don't.
I don't see it in that kind of light. Like, how? Y'all were just praising us for hugging this motherfucker. Now all of a sudden you don't believe in forgiveness?
I bet you when she gets out of jail, because actually now that the supposed witness is dead or whatever, I'm almost positive that her lawyers are probably going to appeal to get out like mad early.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So whenever she gets out, however long, I'll guarantee when she gets out, that happened so long ago. You need to forgive her and move on, guys.
I'm going to be like Michael Vick.
I bet you. We're going to see that.
No, absolutely. Give it time. Yeah. Give it all the time in the world. Kev, let the people know where they can find you at, my guy.
Hollywood Kev _ on Twitter. Till Instagram fixes shit. I fuck with them, but yeah.
He said revolt. Well, speaking of Instagram, at Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Of course, follow the Noize at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. You can actually go to the website now and go to beatnetworkonline.com/Melanin Boulevard, but abbreviated. So she officially has her page there. So shout out to Race to Jim. I guess that makes her official now.
That does.
Got a picture up there and everything. And of course, turn my mic up every Friday. Make sure y'all check us out, youtube.com/Beat Network. Again, we appreciate you guys for jumping in with us. This is going to kind of be the run for a little bit until, we know that there's that fan base that's connected to the show enough to keep going back without us reminding y'all. But of course, it'll still be inside, just normal announcements, whatever you want to call it, especially when something cool happens. So as we always say, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.